My previous emails, one in particular around goal setting, I did go through some of the key concepts or key those important criteria to consider. You may have recalled when we're thinking about goals around making sure that your goals are stated in the positive, they're specific, they are meaningful, and obviously have a certain level of measurability to them. They are almost like stated as if now, like as if you've already achieved the goals. They are real and only reliant on you, and there is a specific time set in when you want to accomplish these goals. However, there is also some keys to an achievable outcome that tie directly in with goals that you actually may want to consider before setting your goals and setting goals when it comes to the space of physical well-being, mental well-being, or emotional well-being, whatever you want to get, I suppose, a greater sense of satisfaction in. What do I mean by keys to an achievable outcome? I suppose there's 9 key areas or 9 key questions that I want you to consider. You might want to consider them now or sometime in the future or over the weekend, or if there's a long week approaching. Consider this. What specifically is it that you want? What specifically is it that you want? And think about what it is that you want, and not what it is that you don't want, because I think you may have heard me say before, a lot of 9 times out of 10 when I've spoken to people in the past, being working the space of physical well-being, mental and emotional well-being over the past 14 years, I ask that question, what it is that you want, and 9 times out of 10 they reframe or frame back to me what it is they don't want. So I urge you to tell me what it is that you really do want. So point number 2, based on what you want, where are you right now? So where are you right now? Based on your wants, where are you right now in comparison? When I say that, I want you to actually feel the feelings of where you're at right now, see what you're seeing right now, hear what you're hearing right now. So where are you right now? Especially when it comes to your outcomes and your wants. Third point is to think about what will you be seeing, what will you be hearing, and what will you be feeling when you have what it is that you want. What will you be seeing, what will you be hearing, and what will you be feeling when you have what it is that you want. Make sure that, and I've mentioned this in goal setting as well, make sure that when you're thinking about specifying your outcome, that it's stated as if now. So I weigh 65 kilos, or I run 5 kilometers easy without being out of breath, as if now. As I said, your unconscious mind knows no different between what you have and what you don't have. So why not just put it out there and state it as if now, and then your unconscious mind will I suppose redirect its focus to basically move you closer and more, I suppose, swiftly and efficiently towards the outcomes that you want. Point 4 is, how will you know when you've got what you want? So how will you know? As simple as that. How will you know? How will you know? What will you be feeling, thinking, saying to yourself? How will you really know what it is or when it is that you've got what you want? Okay. Also, fourthly or fifthly, think about, what will this outcome get for you, or what will this outcome allow you to do that's different from now? What will this outcome get for you, or what will this outcome allow you to do that's different from right now? Got that? Good. And thinking about, and this is very, very important, it's also part of one of the goal sets when I said make sure the goals are relying on you. Is this goal only for you? Yes, I do understand that a lot of the goals that you do achieve will positively influence those around you, but is this specific goal or is this specific outcome just for you? And my challenge to you is that it should be just for you, but it will, provided it's ecological and congruent to your values and your beliefs, will positively influence people around you. Thinking about point number 7, when, where, and how, or maybe with whom can you achieve this outcome with? Who can you share this goal with? I think this goal you might find is, or these outcomes are I suppose, grander than just you. If you could work up to logical levels and think about, how beyond yourself will this begin to positively influence other people around you? Maybe your inner close knit family and your extended family. How might they be influenced by it in a positive way? What about your work colleagues? What about your small community or the community within where you live? Don't consciously analyze, but just suppose if you were to achieve the outcomes you want to achieve, how might your community be influenced in a positive way? And then I don't know, depending on what state you live, I live in Victoria, so how might the wider community start to benefit from you achieving your outcomes? And don't analyze it consciously, just suppose it did. And what about the nation as a whole? And what about the world? You might find that your outcomes will become easier to achieve when you start seeing the impact is far greater than just you. Point 8 is what I want you to think about. What resources do you need? Or be it, what do you have now and what will you need to get the outcome? What do you already have? It may have been things that or resources or strategies that you've been able to utilize in the past to help you assist you in achieving outcomes in the past that you want to achieve right now. So what can you maybe go back to, and what can you think about relying on that has allowed you to achieve this outcome in the past, and there's evidence to suggest that you have achieved it. Think about, do you know anyone else that has achieved these goals, and then maybe go off and pick their brain and think about and ask them, what have they done, and maybe start modeling their success and strategies on what you might be able to apply right now also. And think about, this is where you come to, I suppose, using your imagination a little bit, but maybe just what happens if you just acted as if you already had the goal? I wonder how that would change your state and change your focus. Maybe just get a feeling, or maybe just get a sense, or a certain picture of what it's like to maybe just play out the goal unfolding already. You might find that there's some resources and some learnings that you could probably take from that allow you to draw from that could assist you moving towards your outcomes and goals. Probably a really important one, which I've sort of touched on in the past as well, is this outcome / goal ecological? Meaning, is it valid and is it important to you? What's the real purpose behind you achieving this goal or this outcome? What will you gain or what will you lose from achieving it or not achieving this outcome? What's the meaning behind you achieving this outcome? As I'm sure, I'll just give it a simple example. When we reference weight loss, it is far more or far less to do about losing weight and far more about, what does it really mean when someone loses weight? What's the real meaning behind losing weight? I'm sure it's not losing kilos. I'm sure you might find it something that's more important than what you initially respond, or how you initially respond. What will happen if you get it, and what will happen if you don't get it? What will happen if you achieve this goal, and what will happen if you don't achieve this goal? And what will happen to your own state, to your own physical, mental and emotional well-being if you get it and if you don't get it? Consider these nine steps, guys. Consider these 9 questions when thinking about designing your goals. I call it, and it's been probably spoken about many times before, they are keys to an achievable outcome. Keys to an achievable outcome in the space of physical, mental and emotional well-being, both personal and business life. However, whatever, it really is cross-context. It can be contextualized in a range of context. I really do think, and I really do hope, that you find keys to an achievable outcome quite valuable for you. Once again, if you have any questions around goal setting or achieving your outcomes and wants and desires, and getting clarity around, I suppose, your vision of the ultimate sense of self and the ultimate you, please feel free to email me at dean@melbournecorporatehealth.com.au. Thanks, guys. Thanks for checking in. Take care. Bye.